Let me go to Maureen first, then we'll come back to you.
Yeah. Marie is the coordinator of the Community Policing Forum, who works very, very directly with the communities who are most affected on these matters. And just on the Z drugs, it was a week ago, they have a topical issue debate in the Dáil. Unfortunately, the minister, who should be there, wasn't able to take it. But the difficulty is it's falling between two pieces of legislation. But the fact is there is no urgency to address that, because I've brought this up time and time again in relation to addiction. The other thing I would say is, yourself, the cuts to the projects. And these projects are doing amazing work. They're getting people into recovery. And once people get into recovery, they give back 100-fold. So more people are coming into recovery then. The whole thing about CE, if I could just mention that, because there are special CE schemes for those who are in addiction and in recovery. They were very seriously cut. The problem, because the double payment was stopped, they're not getting all of the people into CE who should be there. And CE works, and it's costing some of these, because there's only an extra €20 to do the CE, so it's costing people more than the €20 in order to avail of CE. There's a knock-on effect, because we're not getting the people into CE to do the childcare courses, which would provide childcare for those in addiction and in recovery to do further courses.
Okay, can we go to the person here in the audience with the red microphone? Go ahead.
Thanks, Vincent. I'm Maureen O'Sullivan, coordinator of the Community Policing Forum in the North East City, which means I work with the Gardaí and Dublin City Council, trying to address the drug issue and antisocial behaviour. We are on our knees in the North East in our city. We're on our knees. We have tablets and tablets and more tablets and more tablets. Gardaí don't have legislation, the law to deal with these tablets. It's like a revolving door. So what needs to be done, and I know the 4 TDs are here, I mean, it's a very simple thing. Push legislation through that you're not allowed to sell an aspirin on the street, never mind whatever tablets Zimbos are selling. We have Fitzgibbon Street Garda Station closed down. We've lost 150 guards in this area. 150. We couldn't afford to lose one. We lost 150 Gardaí. We are on our knees. We're not fully resourced by the Gardaí to deal with this problem. So we need it, and we need it very, very quickly. Thank you.
Okay, that woman there.
My name's Anna Quigley. I'm with the Gregory Group, working with Maureen O'Sullivan. A quick point again about the drugs issue, but it also applies more widely. What Pat Roberts said back in 1996 when he set up the drugs task forces, he said for 20 years the political system did not listen to the local people who were telling them what was going on in local communities, who knew about the issues and knew what needed to be done. He said back then, we will never let that happen again. We'll set up the structures to make sure the local voice is heard. History is repeating itself. 20 years on, we're back in the situation. Yes, we have structured. There are people working very, very hard on the ground in those structures. A huge amount of work being done on the ground by local projects, Marie's project, loads of others that are represented here. Huge amount of work. They do know the kind of things that work. But even as we speak, there are decisions being made at central government level that are undoing all their work. The Young People's Facilities Fund, a core part of the drug strategy, working with young people at risk, has been taken away from the drug strategy. The changes Maureen mentioned being made to the drug CE projects are undermining their work. It's what Fergus said. It's no wonder people are cynical about politics. There are structures set up which are supposed to be to give a voice to the local experts who actually know what they are talking about, as opposed to people much higher up who don't. And those structures are not being allowed work. They're there in name only. They're not real. And unless we get back to making those structures real, people will continue to be cynical about politics. And the huge, huge problems we have on the ground around the drugs issue and a whole load more, they won't go away. All the community development supports that were about supporting people locally to have a voice so that people who have direct experience of the issues can actually have, those supports have been taken away over the last number of years. Unless we start addressing that and say that we are prepared to give a voice for the people who are actually living with the reality of all the problems we're talking about here, then we're just doomed to continue to fail.
Okay.